All right, today we're cracking open Haruki Murakami's incredible novel, Norwegian Wood. And we're not just going to skim the surface here. We're going to dive deep into the emotional heart of a book that's captivated millions. A story about love, about loss, and about the memories that make us who we are.
The entire novel just ignites from this one single moment. Our narrator, Toru Watanabe, he's on a plane, a Beatles song comes on the overhead speaker, and it does way more than just spark a little nostalgia. No, it triggers this incredibly powerful, almost violent memory from nearly 20 years ago. A memory so strong, it feels like it could literally split him in two.
So, to really get this book, we have to understand that memory. We have to go back with Toru, travel with him into what he calls the deep, sticky bog of his own past, back to the chaotic world of Tokyo in the late 1960s. This is the big question, right? This is the mystery that drives the whole story. What on earth happened back then that was so profound, so completely life-altering, that a simple pop song can still shatter his composure decades later? Toru is being forced to confront his past, and we're going right along with him.
So we land in 1969. Now, this was an era of huge student protests and social change. You see it in the background of the story. But for Toru, the real revolution, the real turmoil, is all happening inside. This is the world where the most defining and devastating events of his youth are about to unfold. At the very heart of this story is this tragic little group of three. In high school, it was Toru, his absolute best friend Kizuki, and Kizuki's girlfriend Naoko. The three of them were their own perfect, self-contained little world. But that world is just destroyed when Kizuki, at 17, takes his own life. A year later, Toru and Naoko find each other again in Tokyo, two people now forever linked by the ghost of the person they both loved. And this one quote, it just reveals everything, doesn't it? See, Kizuki wasn't just a friend. He was the bridge between Toru and Naoko. Without him, they're just lost. They're stuck in this vacuum of silence, connected only by what they've lost and who they've lost. Their bond is so fragile, it's haunted, and it's just deeply, deeply sad. For Naoko, this loss isn't something that just happened in the past. It becomes this living, breathing thing that starts to consume her. She finds she just can't function in the real world anymore, so she withdraws completely, retreating to this isolated sanatorium deep in the mountains, a place totally cut off from the pulse of life. In a letter she sends to Toru, Naoko describes this very strange place. It's not a hospital trying to fix people. It's more like a commune, a place where everyone just accepts their deformities, as she calls them. It's a place of quiet, a place of mirrors, but look at that last line. The real danger isn't the sickness, it's that this peaceful escape from life, it's seductive. It's a place you might never, ever want to leave. But right when Toru feels himself being pulled deeper and deeper into Naoko's quiet world of grief and ghosts, this new force just explodes into his life, a force that represents absolutely everything Naoko is not. Meet Midori Kobayashi. She just bursts into Tori's life with this amazing electric energy. She's blunt, she's funny, she's so fiercely alive. While all the other students around them are screaming about political revolution, Midori says nope. She believes in something much more personal and much more powerful. Love. And this, right here, is the impossible choice that Toru is facing. He is caught between two completely different worlds, and those worlds are personified by these two women. You have Naoko, who represents the past, the pull of memory, of silence and grief. She's the quiet, moonlit world. And then you have Midori. She is the bright, sun-drenched present, demanding conversation, demanding survival, demanding that you engage with all of life's messy, beautiful feelings. And seriously, make no mistake, Midori is the embodiment of life. What's so incredible about her character is that she has faced her own terrible tragedies, but her reaction is the complete opposite of Naoko's. Instead of retreating, she pushes forward. She is constantly, insistently pulling Toru away from the ghosts of his past and toward the messy, chaotic, vibrant reality of right now. So Toru is trapped, and this isn't just about choosing between two women, who do I pick? This is an agonizing choice about what kind of life to live,
or maybe if he even deserves to have a life at all.
He feels this absolutely crushing sense of duty to Naoko. I mean, he is her only real link to the outside world. He's desperately clinging to this hope that maybe, just maybe, his love can be an anchor for her, that he can somehow save her from the darkness that is swallowing her whole. But then there's Midori, offering this other path, one filled with sunlight and real possibility. A future with her, it feels tangible, it feels vibrant. But choosing life, feels like this profound betrayal. A betrayal of Naoko, a betrayal of his promise to wait for her, a betrayal of the dead. It's a choice that's just drowning in guilt.
And right in the middle of all this emotional chaos, his cynical, brutally honest friend Nagasawa drops this piece of advice. And yeah, it's incredibly harsh, but it's also kind of anchor for Toru. It's this constant nagging reminder to take responsibility for his own life and to resist that seductive, easy pull of feeling sorry for himself.
In the end, after another tragedy strikes, the novel leaves us right here. Toru is in a phone booth. He's calling Midori. He's reaching for life. But he is utterly, terrifyingly lost. He is in the dead center of nowhere, completely unmoored from everything, just searching for a landmark in a world that has lost all of its meaning.
So why? Why did this novel become so much more than just a book? Why did it become this cultural touchstone that still resonates so deeply with millions and millions of people all over the world?
Well, first, you just have to look at the staggering scale of its success. I mean, selling over 10 million copies in Japan alone. This is the book that launched Murakami from being a respected author into an international literary superstar. It wasn't just a bestseller, it was a genuine cultural phenomenon.
So what was the secret sauce here? Well, Norwegian Wood was kind of a perfect storm. It perfectly captured the specific mood of a generation that felt caught in this turbulent, changing world. For Murakami himself, it was a shocking turn into pure realism, totally different from his usually surreal stuff. And while he says it's not a literal autobiography, it just bleeds with the feeling of real lived experience. But its true power, the reason it lasts, is universal. It's a profound, unflinching look at how the ghosts of our past shape and haunt every single moment of our present.
And that brings us to the question the book leaves burning inside every single person who reads it. See, Norwegian Wood seems to argue that death isn't really an ending. It's more like a passenger we have to carry with us. The past isn't some other country, it's the landscape we are living in right now. So the question isn't just for Toru, it's for all of us. Faced with the crushing weight of what we've lost, how in the world do we find the courage to choose life?